Okay, welcome back, all over the place, Corey and Sean. Once again, I hope you enjoyed last episode. I know two people will. Uh,
I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but
I don't. You know what? Whether they enjoyed it or not, I know they're going to be hanging on every damn word we said. What do we want to talk about this time? I saw actually one thing. I saw an episode on TV. Something I don't remember what it's called, but it was about the Jonestown cult, the People's Temple.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that, and boy, I remember we did the cult episode a long time ago.
You mean the most faithful of the holiest who
Yes.
were persecuted by this world?
it was revolutionary
It
word.
was big government trying to stand between them and Jesus.
Ah, yes, yes. That's
So
what it
they
was.
shot big government.
They shot big government while he was trying to get on his plane.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, no. The congressman was trying to leave.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Get on his plane.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Jim Jones. I got you.
Did you think he was going to like walk from Guyana to
No,
San
I,
Francisco?
I
Maybe.
thought he was insinuating that Jim Jones was getting on a plane.
No.
I thought you were the one that did the research on this.
I did.
No,
but
Congressman
I was
Leo
trying.
Ryan was getting on his plane.
I was trying to understand what Corey was inferring.
We're all trying to understand
Yeah,
what
that's
Corey
hard.
is
That's a hard
Hey,
one.
good luck.
As long as he infers it while we're trying to talk.
I can tell you, I'll infer it right over everybody. I don't care.
We know.
But yeah, what I saw about that,
Aware.
yeah, but what I saw about all that was it was the show was mainly focused on the entire act of the whole group killing themselves with their vat of Kool-Aid with the cyanide in it.
Wasn't it Powerade?
It was like
Flavor Aid?
Flavor Aid, something like that. It
Yeah.
was some cheap knockoff.
It was the-
Well,
Off
it
brand.
was
the-
a communist commune. They can't afford the actual
Great value,
Kool-Aid.
great value grape.
Yeah, but here's the deal. If you're going to get a whole group of people to do that, at least pop for the good stuff. Put it on
Yeah.
your credit card. You're not going to be paying it. Like, what's the problem?
Understand? Yeah. We're not paying for the.
Leave those bastards with the bill.
I'll take a mortgage out on this land. We're gonna get the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's
bottom
it.
out my credit.
Yeah,
I'm-
just
Yeah.
fucking Go
They have
cheap
what?
on it.
Probably a couple hundred acres or something like
Yeah.
that.
It was big.
It's a big
I don't
compound.
remember. Yeah.
Well, but also it was in.
Well, it had at least 900 people.
Yeah.
they also had
When
a
you think
couple-
about it, that's a lot of Kool-Aid you got to get. So.
they had a bit
That's what they
another
said.
group of buildings like offsite
Yeah.
where they didn't get to drink it. So I guess one woman just ran around trying to stab everybody, and I was like, "Why? Really? Like you're not even living on the property yet. You're still going to take part in the ritual suicide?
Don't.
No, that's just straight up murder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Like if you don't stab yourself, I'm going to stab you."
well, see, that's what too. Jim Jones himself, he was found with a bullet in the head.
That's
Like-
like he was really chicken shit in the whole thing. in
Yeah.
that, like he let all those other people die from cyanide, which is excruciating, and he went quick and painless.
I just wonder too if he's like, now everybody, we're gonna have a toast to our revolution, and then he's sitting there going, and everybody's like, you're not gonna do it. You're making us do it. You're not gonna do it. And he's like, no, I'm totally gonna do this.
This is
Did he
definitely
did he do the B movie cliche where they throw it over his shoulder?
Or did he do the
like,
pour it off to the side? You know,
like a down your back, asshole. We see it.
that was so good. That was so good. This revolution feels.
Ooh,
It
that's
tastes
some tasty purple drink.
great drink. But yeah,
like
yeah.
well, that also led me to. I did a little research, but I've listened to this before, and that
What?
was going and listen. Well, go to the YouTube and listen to the whole
He
thing.
means he's heard something from
I
someone.
sent you the video.
he watched it.
I did.
hmm
I watched the whole video of the actual act of suicide and how he basically.
S word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
YouTube's weird about that.
It's actually the th word when he says it. The
Yeah.
suicide.
Yeah.
When he says it, but it's like listening to him. He's making fun of children. He's making fun of the mothers of the children. Like, calm your screaming kids. God damn it, we're trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
I just can't get past how thick his fucking lisp is. And as me and Shane were discussing the other day, there's only one human being that I would follow with that bad of a list, and that is the common man that will take you to the promised land. And I'm talking about the American Dream, Dusty.
Sure.
It's like
sure.
I would follow him anywhere, but Mr. Jim Jones, I mean, how did he get these fucking people to listen to what he said?
Yes, you might follow Dusty Rhodes, but would you drink grape Kool-Aids laced with cyanide for him?
Would you drink Dusty Kool-Aid?
If he told me that Ric Flair was totally against it, I might.
Okay, see where you're coming from.
But
The only thing is just listen, like
Corey is the type that just to spite someone.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll show that motherfucker.
fuck you, Flair. Woo!
Make it a double.
Like, woo this asshole.
Yeah, I don't even need the Kool-Aid.
Yay! I win.
Yeah, you can do a lot of shit out of spite.
I'm a big winner.
Let's play some of this shit. It's like, since you got it kind of on cue.
Well, explain exactly what you
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
this is the last speech he ever did, and at this point in this speech, this is when they are giving out the Kool-Aid drink and participating in the revolution, and
When he gets his secret lean out.
and he's basically doing director's commentary while his entire group is and
y'all just do it amongst yourselves while I do the DVD extras.
yeah. He's like, I have to tell people where we bought the flavor aid. And it really
In bulk.
is the biggest or the most disturbing part is in the background. You can hear children who are like, and you know, yes, we're joking, but children are literally begging for their lives, and mothers are we can't.
Screaming.
And also remember, they all had guns held to them because he,
the ones that didn't got shot.
yeah, Jim Jones supposedly the only people.
To be fair, why wouldn't you just hold out and save yourself the excruciating pain of cyanide poisoning? If you knew they were going to shoot you anyway, well, at least that'll be quick.
Not really.
You're like, nah, I'll beat the cyanide. I'm built different.
It's like, oh, they're going to.
That's how they are.
Well, that's
Well-
how I would be.
Well, see,
but
that
not
was the
necessarily
thing
that.
too.
Because the cult leader that had so much mental power
yeah.
over them had them convinced this is the way to do
This
it.
is
And he
the only
also-
way we can do it.
He also told them at length in previous speeches that it was completely painless. They just get sleepy and fall asleep.
When he also practiced it, you ever see that? It was kind of like a fucking fire drill where he would gather everybody in their sanctuary or whatever and have them drink this drink, and it's not laced with cyanide. So it's
Hell, I'd just tell him it was a drill again.
that's
They
yeah.
think. Then right after he watches the last one take a drink. Gotcha.
But he would always tell them it was poison, just see if they would drink it. And then when they finally got to when it was poison, it's like, oh, okay, now we're trained well. He's just kidding with us again. Oh, Jimmy's such a kidder.
But his but
Like,
no,
are you joshing us?
supposedly
I don't mean to make any waves here, but the 5 guys that were in front of me in line are convulsing and vomiting.
and foaming.
Like,
at
yeah,
mouth.
the back of the line's like, what's in that drink?
Wait a minute.
Hey, hold up a second, you Elvis-looking motherfucker.
It don't taste like Robitussin.
What you trying to give us? It's like, okay, give me some drink.
No, but supposedly the only guards that he allowed to be armed, because he had other guards supposedly that had bats and different weapons, but the only ones he allowed to be armed were the most fervently loyal.
They were basically
Well, yeah.
his Gestapo.
Yeah, and they were the ones who were without. They didn't question anything he said. It was, he only chose from his most loyal of followers, and that's why they were completely.
He'd
fine.
probably seen Valkyrie before.
Did they drink the
Mhm.
drink after they held everybody at gunpoint?
No, there was 2 that didn't.
You know what,
There
though?
1 or 2, because I know one of them wrote a book after, and he was like, "Yeah,
This asshole tried to poison me with Kool-Aid.
no, that's not what he said." Is because the first thing the authorities were like, "Oh, you're a guard. You had a gun, huh? What'd you do?" And he was
Care
like,
to explain your role in this?
"Yeah," and he basically was like, "I didn't shoot nobody. I don't know what you're talking." And he
we
totally
have,
shot
Do
someone.
we have extradition with Guyana?
And
I
I'm
don't
sure.
know.
I'm sure.
well, they have.
Well, because if the crime happened there, he could technically come back to the U.S. and hide, right?
Well, but what the congressman that went
prosecution?
there was going to check out conditions and whatnot,
They
so
renounced.
he could report it to somebody in America.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
to,
what did we have to
well,
do with it,
because
though? Just
that's-
let him go.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
fuck 'em.
Not our business.
But no, they had renounced their citizenship. I don't think they could.
Either way. I
But,
mean,
I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly,
Love it or leave it. They left it. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Love them alone.
and nice chomo.
Whoa.
But
Corey, feel free to step on his jokes anytime you.
3 words: make better joke.
but
That one kind of hit a telephone pole on the way out to the fucking farming commune.
yeah, we're driving along, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden he just rips that fucking emergency brake, and we're all flying through the
I
windshield.
thought I saw a raccoon.
But anyway, this is Jim Jones' final speech to his followers before they committed their revolution. And also, fun fact, one of his followers.
I love that any part of this you would consider fun fact.
Oh, it is because she didn't understand what was going on. Was apparently, I forget what the circumstances were, but she passed out, and the guards and I guess Jim Jones thought she was dead, and so she woke up after everybody was dead, and she was alone.
Like she did this whole number.
No, she was literally. She claimed she passed out, and she woke up and was like, "What in the hell just happened?" Because everybody was laying around dead,
Like, well, she's laying there. They appear to be unconscious, but she's not foaming.
and then also
I shouldn't have fed her all them almonds.
the
A nut allergy?
that's what cyanide smells like. But,
Yeah,
That's why he said that.
almonds contain like trace amounts. If you eat a shitload of
Oh,
them,
okay.
you
Who
have a tolerance.
stepped on?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was like, because she had a peanut. I'm stupid. Okay, this guy right here. Too much literal.
Son of a bit.
Maybe I need a little grape flavor aid.
You needed a bionic elbow.
He does though. He would make a good wrestling promo. Anyway,
And Dusty Rhodes would be a good cult leader. I'm just
Here's-
saying.
since we're going it the fun way,
The world became stuck with violence, and the violence should take it by force.
Listen to that fucking lisp.
If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace. I'm ready to go.
I think
We
so.
have to give our lives now. We're ready.
this is one of his followers,
Who's the brother of the witch?
Pretty father.
and this guy is a list. Did they just? Wait.
I think that's another one.
I think it jumps around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a more animated part of his speech.
Yeah.
You're looking at death. It's only living is much, much more difficult.
How would you know? You've never done the latter.
It's much more
Prove it.
difficult. It's much more difficult. Please, for God's sake, let's get on with it. We've lived as no other people have lived. And
Let's go. Let's go. Step it up. Get moving.
Move the line.
We ain't got all fucking day here.
Like he's giving a tour at Universal.
To have to watch you every day die slowly, and from the time you were a child to the time you
That guy, he really needs to avoid S words.
There's about 900 people didn't seem to mind though.
Bet if you could take a poll from him right now, they probably would.
You think they would change their mind?
As a percentage per capita of the ones that remain, probably yeah.
I want to see you go, though. They can take me and do with me
Like
whatever
they
want.
just like
I wanna see
what
Okay,
the fuck was I
that
thinking?
part right there. I want to see you go. They can take me and do whatever they want. He's telling them, I ain't gonna kill myself. I'm gonna face whatever consequences. Y'all go ahead and die.
Yeah.
That's why he's. I mean,
He straight up told him, I ain't gonna do it.
And he's a
But
character.
I ain't drinking that shit.
He's like, who's gonna bury your bodies? I gotta stay.
Some of the bodies were buried with other bodies.
Mm.
You're not going to leave us here to just
Efficient.
bloat out in the sun, right?
And also,
Well, that might be the plan.
well, there was also the group of the congressman's people I think it was like a reporter and a couple, like one or two of his security guards. They got away from the shooting, and then they ran and they hid out in the woods.
It was
for
a
like
woman,
Yeah.
and she was shot like 6 times.
Yeah.
It was one of his aides.
Yeah, AIDS. That's right. Well, I mean, it's one of his people. And
Yeah.
I thought there was a reporter or something in there too, but
I don't remember.
They,
I remember it's a woman.
but they stayed out there for days hiding because they thought that they were being hunted by his people. And
Joke's on them. They're all laying back there.
yeah, that's true.
You know what, though? I just wish it was part of that big fucking video that he did when he recorded that just one of them would have fucking come up to him like Roger Rabbit, and he had to go, "You want the drink? I don't want the drink. You do want the drink. You don't."
I do. I do. When I say I do, that means I do.
Got you.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. It's-
Yeah, we got a little
No
sidetrack.
more, no more.
Nope.
No more towel.
Everybody will relax. The best thing you do to relax, and you have no problem.
Like, you shut up. Quit making so much noise.
I know. I do this all the time.
This is the third revolution I have commit. I mean, no, this is my first time ever. I have never convinced people.
To kill themselves.
Let's get calm. We had nothing we could do. We can
Yeah, you do.
separate ourselves from our own people.
You literally have everything else you can do.
Yeah, 899 of the 900 people will probably be fine. They didn't shoot the congressman, and
They're doing the separating themselves and going to nursing
I don't want to
homes.
end up in a nursing home in 50 years.
You think they bought the Flavor 8 at Sam's Club?
But you want to buy in bulk.
That's what I'm saying. Damn, they need a lot of it.
they have good discount.
They've taken us and driven us, and we tried to find ourselves. We tried to find a new beginning, but it's too late. You can't separate yourself from your brother and your sister.
Because they went into Sam's. He
The
was
way
like,
I'm gonna do it,
my
I'm gonna
congregation
refuse.
is
I don't know what
multicultural and they
Congress
like
showed
drinks that are
killed the
purple.
congressman. But as far as I'm concerned, I killed him. With a degree of dignity. Lay down your life for dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. There's nothing to death is like Max said, it's stepping over in another plane. Don't
I don't
be
believe
this
you.
way. Stop this. It's
X for doubt.
Lead by example, prick.
To die.
Show us how it's done, boss.
To die.
I got my squirt bottle here. I swear it's in here.
Mother, please.
This is the part that fucking kills me.
Mother, please. Don't do this. Don't do this.
He's heckling children.
Get down your life with your child, but don't do this.
They're being annoying as shit. Come stop.
Like, he turns into the fucking asshole at Applebee's who wants the table next to him to shut their kids up.
Remember to adjust your own flavor aid before you do your children's.
All over, and it's good.
Well, when the kids wouldn't drink it, see, they just injected them with it.
With the Kool-Aid?
Yes.
Yeah.
There were
Ooh.
syringes next to the vat of Kool-Aid or Flavor 8 or whatever the fuck it was.
You would think a kid would drink anything rather than take a shot.
Yeah. The one that was screaming was taking a shot.
Yeah, but you had this asshole with a lisp going, "We're gonna die today.
And
We're
he's
gonna."
sitting in on his throne. It looks like fucking sticks, just sitting there. I'm in my plate of importance right
Well,
here.
they didn't have the greatest high-end building materials.
No, fuck no.
They was communists.
Communist.
Amazon is late with my actual throne. We're not going to put up with that.
Like they couldn't get the address right.
They're not going to get that COD.
Nope.
You know what though?
Cancel that check.
Like, that's what nobody's thinking about.
Yeah, you could put everything on a credit card. I
Exactly.
ain't paying a motherfucker.
That's what I said. It's like when you're trying to do that yourself. Go buy rope at Walmart. Put it on your credit card.
Honestly,
not
I
paying
think the Heaven's Gate would have been. They were rich though.
They bought
Yeah,
they bought a
lot
whole
of
bunch of was it Reeboks
Nikes.
matching or night was it matching Nikes?
Yeah, black Nikes. You can still get them on
Uh,
internet.
I know you can still get the patches if you go on their page.
Yeah, I know because you have one, don't you?
Yep. And they sent me information
Aren't
and a
you-
pamphlet.
Aren't
You're like,
you
great.
What does yours say? The home team?
The away team.
Oh, the away.
That's what
team?
they called themselves, the away team, because
Uh,
they thought they were going to go away and with the comet. And,
When's the next comment? Do they gotta wait until the next comment before they
there are still people in
before they thin their herd again?
there are still people in that cult because their website is still maintained, and all you have to do is ask for free information. I'm really upset that they have my address now. But
I hate
But
to fucking
sometimes
tell
you gotta-
Church history. That's the least of your worries.
Sometimes you gotta rent a PO box for a month or so.
Yeah.
but yeah, if you ask for free information, they'll send you a patch. And also booklets and pamphlets and
They're
all.
gonna show up at the fucking door and be like, "We're looking for Casey. He bought a patch." I'm just saying. He
Yeah,
didn't read the fine print of the contract.
You get all excited. You're like, "Did you guys watch the podcast?"
they'll have a rubber band and a knife. Get ready to sing soprano the rest
Like
of your
they got
life.
something more detailed than the goddamn Apple update contract.
Oh yeah,
Did you read it? You read it all right.
They
you
sent-
know what comes with the patch.
the booklet they sent me. It was a thick ass book. I mean, I threw it away, but
Wow, we could have used that.
Why would you throw it away? Why not bring it on here?
because I didn't want any part of the crazy. I just wanted the patch.
That's all I want is a part of the crazy.
Well, all you gotta do is go in there
Yeah,
and
I've-
give you free
I've-
information.
I don't want them to get my
I've
address.
experienced something similar in my personal life over the years. You know, I don't want all the crazy. I just want to lay.
Yeah.
That's true. I have also been the victim of that. I've had some bad ones.
Well, in this case, though, just getting the laid means you're just eating the fucking applesauce laced with the drugs and dying under a purple sheet while you're dressed like everybody else in the house
With bags over your head.
and possibly castrated.
They all the men.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Some of them did it. And
6 of them.
Some of them did,
Yeah.
some of them didn't. But no, they're oddly enough, the one who decided to stay behind was their web administrator.
he still had work to do.
Yeah, because and they still maintain that website. It looks like it's from like 1994 Angel Fire, you know, but it's still the Heaven's Gate cult, and they'll send you information if you just give them your address,
Fuck that.
because they're exactly the kind of
That's,
people
that's
that need
another
your.
one of those fucking guys, though. That goddamn Marshall Applewhite, he's not, to me, as repulsive as Jim Jones, but he's just...
He's pretty awful.
Well, I'm saying it's like,
Bip and Bop,
yeah,
or Bip and Boop.
bippity bop and dippity do and all that.
It was-
Bippity
Yeah,
boppity,
it
get
was-
off my property.
Yeah, because him and the woman, was actually the original zealot. Like she's the one who really started it, but then he picked up from her.
when she died of
Didn't they-
cancer.
what,
Yeah,
What did they all changed their name, didn't they? And they all had the same like.
Well, Marshall Applewhite, I believe he was T or Doe.
or yeah.
No, I mean the members weren't they like this is Bob Paul and this is Bob
T and Doe.
Mark.
Yeah, right.
Well, okay, it's like you look at the People's Temple and it's like multiracial and it's built on that. This just looked like a bunch of computer nerds
Yeah.
that all just like, well, we've been ostracized and we can't get laid, so let's all cut off our balls.
Yeah.
I like
It's like
how,
as one does.
I like how
Right.
eventually after time, once you're trusted enough, you could have a visit with your family, but you had to take an accountability buddy with you
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just
to make sure that you come back.
it's no different than Scientology. I mean, Scientology. That's a cult.
It's
We don't
cheaper.
want you talking in. We don't want your family talking you into anything that we don't agree with.
Like
Not
leaving.
killing
Well,
yourself.
if you watch those documentaries, it really is crazy how they pull people in who are emotionally vulnerable, and they do what's
That's how
called
cults work.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they love bomb them, where they just sit there and you're so great, we love you so much.
Well, that's
and
it. They
you
put
know,
out. They push these fucking unreasonable ideals, like unbelievably idealistic in everything they fucking talk about,
Well-
and these stupid people just fucking eat it up.
Well, I watched a documentary where they had an FBI profiler who was talking about it, and he said the way these cults work, he's like they love bomb them first, and they say, oh, you're special, you're great, you're awesome, and they don't just drop all these ideals on them. What they'll do is they'll see who's serious about it, and it said most of these people, they usually have, like, if they have a family, they'll either be estranged from them, but they'll be going through some sort of turmoil, and they'll offer the answer. And so they'll slowly but surely, like, say, for instance, what was his name? David Koresh. The way he would bring people in is he would slowly but surely, like, at first,
He's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, but so was the ATF.
Well, I'm not saying they were right. I'm just saying
But,
he was a scumbag.
But anyway, they said that
he was a scumbag that tried to do what the guy that was arrested on October 16th, 2023 did.
no, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he full on did. Yeah.
That's what I mean. He did what the other guy tried to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad Jim Jones. They didn't have
He was just better
McGriddles
at
back
it,
then.
obviously.
Maybe the kids wouldn't be screaming if the cyanide was in a McGriddle.
Well, it's like the way Jim Jones. I mean,
Nobody
he started
can
as a
scream.
Like, is that
leader.
bacon, egg, and cheese?
It's like, I know I'm gonna die. Well, this is delicious.
You'd figure
That's just you eating a normal McGriddle.
Die for.
like
That's true.
Heaven's Gate or the Scientology for that matter, you'd think they would want the most scientifically perfect breakfast sandwich ever created by man.
Yeah. I every meeting I just have a basket of McGriddles.
So we digress.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, Jim
Wrong
Jones,
cult.
He started out as an actual fucking church, and like
Mhm.
his miracle work is like they would say he would like say chloroform an old woman and put her in a fucking cast, and she'd wake up in church not remembering that she broke her leg, but he'd heal it. Like he said, I can cut your cast off right now and you will walk. Her leg was fine, it's never broken. He fucking convinced her. He was brainwashing the shit out of him.
yeah. Well, that's how they do that. Is they slowly but surely, like what I was saying about David Koresh, is he would start off any new members would come in and he would present himself as just a nice, godly, Christian man and all this stuff. But slowly he'd be like, well, this is my second wife. And then eventually he'd be like, well, we think the government might have some problems with us. And then eventually he'd see how far they're willing to go. And then he would sit there and just hammer on them all day while the rest of the cult is gathered around him and love bombing him. Oh, you're so great. We love you so much. You're a part of the family. Your family. Because that's a big thing with them is they just sit there, your family. We're a family. We're a family. And
what's crazy is when he got to the point with the people that were so brainwashed, like, okay, you're not allowed to have sex with your husband anymore.
Yeah.
You're to be completely faithful to me.
He was the only one. And the guys went for that.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
What a bunch of cucks.
Well, because he convinced them all that he was literally Jesus Christ walking the earth.
And
I missed that part in the Bible where Jesus was walking around.
Was a player.
Yeah.
Like, when did they ever mention that Jesus Christ showed up in a railroad car and smells like sardines?
Jesus is a womanizer.
He plays a mean guitar, though.
Oh, my God.
He did.
He's a
That's
fucking
why they
rocker.
killed him.
But
He's a rocker through and through.
no, but David Koresh, but that whole situation and that I don't know, that the whole thing could have been avoided. I still, even though David Koresh is a piece of garbage, I still say it's more the ATF.
Well, the initial whole thing was the ATF's fault, but I think that how long it lasted and how it ended was 100% Koresh. Because they were the ones that started the fires.
Well, him, no.
Yeah, they did. They have it on a recording. Them spreading hay.
No.
Stop denying the Holocaust, Sean.
No.
That's how.
Hey, wait a minute.
They were spraying.
What?
No.
Oh, shit, sorry.
They were spraying flammable tear gas into the building, and they'd cut the power, so all they had was candles.
Tear gas makes you cry, not burn.
It does both the shit they were using. But anyway,
But no,
the whole
they
thing
have it on recording. of
But
them
the whole
spreading
thing,
hay.
no, the only thing they have on recording is one guy going fire, and so people were like, "Well, no, that's him saying they're starting
they
to
say
fire."
spread the fuel. You can hear him say spread the fuel.
Yeah.
That means hay.
But regardless,
Could have been gasoline. It went up.
it could have all been avoided if the ATF just didn't want to show how big your dick was.
That's true.
Because David Koresh jogged every morning. They could have waited, and he left the compound, and he jogged many miles. They could have picked him up at any point in that time, but they wanted to have a big show of force, just like
Okay.
It also could have been avoided if he hadn't started a cult and did the stuff with the children.
What is it? Is that the
and
theme for
collected
this
the
month? Is
firearms
people who
and the explosions
could avoid
and-
certain.
No. I'm not saying David Koresh was a good person, but their bullshit reasoning was that they were stockpiling weapons, even though they had no actual concrete proof he was doing that. They had legally obtained weapons. Now, again, do I think a cult should probably be heavily armed?
They also
Probably
had
not.
grenade husks. What were you going to do with those?
You know what?
I have a
though?
grenade husk. It's
I'm
fine.
just saying, if this is your stance on the whole thing.
Yeah, but you don't have
You
them
might
in
not
bulk
want to
with
purchase a large amount of fertilizer and a moving truck.
Too late. No.
It's like he's like, but that's for my fertilizer
Corey,
business.
You dumbass. You rent the truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
in a fake name with cash.
Did-
What am I new?
Put it on your credit card.
I'm not paying it.
well, I'm just saying that plan didn't work for the last guy.
But no, I'm not saying that David Koresh was a good person or anything. And
He's a
it's-
scumbag.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just saying in both parties were at fault there. But
Yeah,
There were
Personally.
no winners.
yes, and
I don't know if the FBI. I mean,
I'm not talking about
they got to
You
do a
know,
victory lap
like
with
the
bulldozers when they were flattening out the charred remains.
They were flattening out a bunch of it before that.
Yeah, when they ran
Before they
over
charted
children, they were taking
You know what,
pictures
though?
of themselves next to charred
Whatever
babies.
that Netflix documentary was on the whole Branch Davidian shit, they had one of the lead negotiators on there, and the fucking guy who was the head of the task force, and he said that the sniper looked up in that tower of Mount Carmel, and he had fucking Koresh right in his sights, and they wouldn't let him pull.
Okay, I'm going to stop us there. There's a public service announcement I need to make. I discovered last night that if you had been previously using your mother's Netflix password and it come up with the thing, you can't use this anymore. If you go back in by now, it might work again because for some reason mine does. Because I was going to actually break down and pay for it. And then I opened the app and it popped up. It's like, hey, this shit's working.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
Awesome.
if you've been kicked off someone else's Netflix account, check it.
okay.
And
I thought you were going on a rant about not trusting
Little
the
off topic
government.
there, but hey, go with
also
that.
You said Netflix.
Okay,
also-
It's your fault, Corey.
I segued into it. Let's.
You know how my brain is a gnat on meth?
well, my public service announcement. If you would like more information about the Lords and Saviors that are following the Hale-Bopp Comet, go to heavensgate.org. They're not out for money. They just want the information out there. And you get a free patch. So everybody wins.
Please keep your book.
But
Don't go to heaven.
Read the contract that comes along with the patch.
Yeah.
Sean, what's your public service announcement?
We do cult here.